Hi, it's Neva at timeforinvesting.com, and today I'm continuing my segment on going over some of my transactions that I've worked on, answering these 4 questions. What marketing method did I use to find a property? What did I need to negotiate, or what needs did the property owner have to motivate them to sell? How did I find my cash buyer? And for what crazy thing happened? So the first thing on this property, the way I found this property was I mailed out postcards and they responded to my mailing. The second question, what were the owner needs? So this particular property, the owners were living out of state, and so they were kind of going through a difficult time because basically what had happened was the owner of the property passed away, leaving a child, and once they sold this property, all the proceeds would go to the child. So when they responded to me, they said, you know, we don't want to come, you know, to this area. They were out of state, and they were saying, you know, we don't want to come down there and have to deal with all that. And you know, they really just want like a painless transaction because, you know, they've already been through like so much. But for me, the reason I decided to refer this, I told them, because when people call me, the reason why I even included this question is because I think that people think as a real estate investor, when you get property under contract, that you should like lie and tell people, oh, the property's only worth this, when you really know it's worth something else. So that is not what I do. So I always tell people, you know, how much, you know, the property's worth, and then I explain, you know, my price and why I can only offer what I'm offering, because I'm paying cash, because the property needs repairs, because I'm buying as is, those types of things. So, and usually in this day and age with the internet, people are very knowledgeable and know what's going on in their neighborhood, so they're usually very knowledgeable anyway about how much your property is worth. So in this situation, I told them, I said, well, you know, it's probably best for you, you know, you really want to get a max price, and I am not going to be your max price that you could get for property, because remember, whatever, you know, it sells for is going to go to the deceased person's child. So I told them that I would refer them to like a, you know, really great real estate agent that I know that's a top agent that would take really good care of them. So that's what I did. So that's a way of not just thinking about, you have to think about what is like the best answer, the best option for, you know, your customer, the person that's calling in, that's responding to my marketing. I want them to walk away happy. I want them to walk away and refer me to someone else. So I've said, you know, honestly, I'm not going to be the highest offer for the property. You can get more. It didn't need extensive work, so I said, you know, probably best to just put it in a list as a traditional sale. So I referred them, and you know, they were very happy about it. And so I didn't make as much as I would if I purchased it as a cash buyer. But then, you know, when they call me after closing and thank me for referring them to the agent, and then everything just went so smoothly, that is, you know, makes me really feel good, and makes me feel like that's the type of, like, I own. That's why I do what I do. That's why I even started and said I want to have my own business, because, you know, I want to have something that I can be proud of how I operate the business. So to answer that question, how did I find a cash buyer? I didn't have to find a cash buyer for this one, because I referred it to an agent, and it just went through a traditional sale. So in this type of transaction, I still negotiate that I get paid. So at the time when I did this house, I was not a licensed agent, and if you're not a licensed agent, then you're not allows to be paid a referral fee. So what I did, I negotiated a marketing fee with the agent. So the agent paid me a marketing fee once the deal closed. Now that I'm a licensed agent, when I refer houses, they pay me a referral fee. So you'll actually be able to make more as an agent with the referral fee than with the marketing fee. So that's my tip there. And continue to share your questions with me that I can answer, and how I can provide more value to help you to more understand how a wholesale deal works. And I'll see you for the next video, and remember to subscribe to my channel so you'll always get a notification when I upload a new video. So see you next week, guys. Bye bye.